So making sure to have 3 points of contact, the 2 knees and the seat. Make sure your hips are a little bit elevated above the height of your knees. This allows the small of your back, the koshi, to round naturally, supporting the hara. And it also helps to take pressure off of the upper back. Allows you to relax the shoulders more, and it allows you to relax the diaphragm so that you can breathe properly through the diaphragm down into the hara. Posture is very important. Posture is the first gate, the body, through which we enter into the mindful state. So paying attention to the correct posture, keeping it energetic and full of life is really, really important. So practicing mindfulness is a little bit like any of you who have practiced a sport or a martial art and are familiar with the idea of taking up a posture, taking up a fighting stance, for instance. So taking up the fighting stance, going into fighting stance ready for an engagement with an opponent, or you are basically becoming fully aware of your body and the space around you. You're becoming hyper vigilant about what it is that your opponent's movements reveal, what gaps or opportunities the opponent's movements reveal. So you're hyper focused on moving in space, keeping balance, remaining strong in your posture, and keeping vigilant, watching the opponent. So I'd invite you to take that attitude into your sitting practice this morning. Sitting like a warrior, straight and strong, meeting the week ahead with fearlessness, watching closely the present moment, vigilant, watching the breath, watching the thoughts and feelings arise, watching when the thoughts and feelings come together to create a concept. This is something you become aware of as you practice mindfulness more and more, that the thoughts and the feelings are sometimes originally separate, but then they form a union, and that gives rise to a concept, an idea that brings you into the thinking process that we're trying to let pass rather than go into when we're sitting in mindfulness meditation. Likewise, if when standing in front of the opponent in fighting stance, one is taken by the opponent's size, for instance, oh, he's big, I don't know if I can reach his jaw with a roundhouse kick or whatever you might think. That thought, and then the arising fear that brings with it, is the thing that the opponent will seize upon and beat you. So it's the same really in every moment of your life. Life is like a fight. It's like a sparring match. It's like a constant dance between the unconscious and the conscious mind. Acting from the unconscious mind, the place of feelings and thoughts that have not fully come to fruition and are not recognized as such, sucks you into this dreamlike state, daydreaming. Acting without conscious leads us into delusion. We can see all around us people and attitudes that we would consider deluded. But when you really look closely at them, it's really because people are in a dream. They're not really fully conscious of what is going on. So Warrior Zen is about sitting strong in your posture, just as if you were in a fighting stance. It's about staying vigilant, watching the present moment, watching the breath, feeling it enter and exit through the nose, not getting hooked by your feelings and your thoughts, guarding the space between thoughts. So Let's fill ourselves with energy and practice our basic focused counting breath. And then at halfway, I'll have another instruction. We'll count 10 cycles of breath and return to 1, focusing on the out breath. Breathing in, breathing out. 1. 2. Like this. Long exhalation. Fully empty the hara. Feel the strength in your body enter your body as you breathe in, filling your body with energy. And as you breathe in, you're focusing on guarding the present moment. You're focusing just as if watching in a fighting stance, watching the opponent. Present in the room, fully aware of the space around you, above you, below you, the blue sky above you. Very focused, very awake, very energetic. So follow the sound of the bell until the sound of the bell fully disappears, and begin your cycle of breathing, counting breathing. Move now from left to right, lengthening the spine, lengthening the muscles on either side of the spine. Gradually coming into the center point, nice and straight. Take a deep breath in and out. Now, if you'd like to join me in a brief loosening up, let's start with some gentle spinal twists, looking over your shoulder as you turn your body. Just very lightly and gently. And then stretching the side of the spine. And then let's do some shoulder rotations backwards first. Nice big circles. And forward. Good. Let's link our fingers together with our palms facing. Push the hands away, sink the chest round the back, and stretch out those arms away from you. Feel the shoulder blades opening up. Now turn the palms away from you, straighten the back, lift, stretch up to the ceiling, let the head fall back. Notice your breathing down in the hara. Tilting to the side, stretching the side of the body. Breathing in the hara. Other side. Straight again. Cactus your arms out to the sides, squeezing your shoulder blades close together. Then interlocking your fingers behind you, lock out your elbows, stretch the chest up to the ceiling and look up. Now when you're ready, bring your feet out in front. Let's loosen the hip joints by rocking the knees in and out. And then with the palms of the hands, let's wake up the legs, starting with the outside. And the inside. And that left leg, that's stroked down, squeezing the muscles all the way down to the ankle. 3 or 4 times is enough. Change sides. Right leg, squeezing down. Good. So, Zanshin, the idea of panoramic awareness, keeping that focus during your day is very valuable. So, obviously, it looks as if we're not moving when we're sitting in meditation. But what we've done is we've just simply removed all unnecessary movement. There is movement happening. Obviously, your breath is going in and out of your hara, and there is movement in the sense that you are keeping your body straight, and you're very minutiate adjustments. So as I'm practicing, I'm noticing maybe I'm feeling as if one side is dropped a little bit. So then I'm loosening the shoulders a little bit more and trying to even them out. Or I'm noticing I'm holding some tension in the right hip joint. So then I'm releasing that. And then I'm noticing the small of the back has gotten a little bit out of shape. So I'm coming forward again. So this is happening as I'm sitting, and it looks motionless, but there's movement. Only the necessary movement. All other movement is removed. So you're not supposed to be scratching your face or, moving your hands or adjusting your seat like this or anything like that. You try to remain focused on the space between thoughts, the present moment, and the posture, the breath, just as if you're standing in front of a partner about to do a kumite technique, or like a painter about to paint a very fine detail in a painting of someone's portrait, right in the eye of the person, just looking for that tiny little reflection, just holding the brush steady, moving from the center, and just gently focusing on that action. So this kind of practice, or shikantaza, this idea is just sitting with that like a rock, is something you can bring into your ordinary everyday life as you move through the day, noticing your stance, noticing your breath, noticing superfluous thoughts, unnecessary thinking. So our next meditation will be Wednesday morning at the same time. So let's bring our hands together as the mind and the body are not two separate things, but are one. Let's bring our hands together in Gasho and bow. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and let's have a great week. So take care, and I'll see you Wednesday, if not sooner.